What's up, YouTube? Guess whose house we're at? And can you guess now? No. Not from the rat. We're going to see a lot more of him. This is TeamTopDeckMD with a Giant Rat Deck Profile, or Rat Toolbox Deck Profile. Go ahead, Ryan.
This is the spell lineup. I started with this because it's really basic, 2 duality, and you can tell what the rest of the cards are. MSTs and a bunch of staples. That's kind of boring. So we're going to move on from that. 2 Thunder King, staple in most decks right now, except for, you know, macro and, or not macro, I meant aggro, like really aggro decks like wind-ups and sectors sometimes don't use it, depends on the build and wind-ups and whatnot. But anyway, the Giant Rat and all of his minions. Run 2 of each, except Mole, because he's a 1. Card Trooper's always milling. I don't want to end up milling my 1 Fossil Dyna, not able to search for it. And Giant Rat's just awesome, because all of these guys, it doesn't matter what the scenario is, one of them can help you. If one of them can't, you just get Card Trooper or Giant Rat, because Card Trooper lets you plus and draw more cards that are also broken. Everything is broken.
Okay. Now for the traps.
Brandon.
The traps, it's, again, pretty basic for the most part. You run a lot of traps, so you need the Starlight Roads, plus you don't want them to get rid of your Giant Rats except by battle, so... Double Torrential, you got Card Troopers and stuff, you want to get them out with your Giant Rats and then let your opponent summon stuff and just Torrential. These are traps, I don't care what you say.
Okay. Main deck effect failure and Crow.
Yeah, just 1 of each, because, you know, like, if I'm facing Dark Worlds, like good old Trey here, I don't feel like having 2 Effect Veiler and then I'm dead with it, or facing something that just doesn't have many monster effects. I don't want to have the dead Veiler. DD Crow hurts almost anything, but just like the Veiler, I don't want to have one and not the other. And plus, you can't count on it working. I don't want to have 3 main deck Veiler and then end up stuck. I consider these to be my techs. Call the Haunted is just broken. They use duality. You call the Haunted your Thunder King. They go to attack direct, you call your Fairy Lily, it stops their attacks. They MST it, you go for Card Trooper. They Monster Reborn, you Fossil Dyna. If Call the Haunted's on the field, you're gonna stop something and you're gonna get pluses off of it. It's just amazing. And that's all you can say. I thought about running 3, but I don't run enough monsters to use 3. Magic Cylinder is amazing. I can't tell you how many... I just beat Trey with this, it was great. He was panicking because he wasn't sure where the cylinders were, and once they see a cylinder, they start panicking because they're always worried. Once their life points get low, that all the cards are going to be cylinders, and whether they are or aren't, it makes them make misplays, and it's great. Even if they're not making misplays, they get big monsters on the field. You Magic Cylinder, you're dealing huge damage with your Fairy Lily. They get you down to low life points, and they're like, oh, we can't pay with Fairy Lily anymore, I'll attack them with this big monster. You use Magic Cylinder, and they cry. Like, I almost feel bad when I win a game because I Magic Cylinder the big monster for game, but really, it's just a great thing, and it happens all the time. Chain Disappearance is great this format. Wind-ups and sectors, tour guides, doesn't even matter. Like, everything has weak monsters. I mean, I guess E-Heroes don't, Dark Worlds don't, but you have enough for all those decks that you can just run Chain Disappearance and be broken. Gale, Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon, people don't even realize anymore. Chimera Techs still exist. I keep a Chimera Tech in my extra deck, even when I don't run Cyber Dragon, because people will summon their Catastor and their Cyber Dragon, and it's just, no. Or Cyber Dragon, take all their stuff, be great. They Monster Reborn your Cyber Dragon or your Card Trooper or whatever, you just throw this down and it's amazing.
They got 3 boats on the field, you got Cyber Dragon.
Yeah, you just throw this down against windups, and you're like, haha, I take all your crap.
Kill that Zen
Gale, he gets rid of a lot of your problem cards, gives over your Shiens, your Stardust. You guys know Gale's good. And, you know, plus cool combos like Special, Normal, Synchro. Gale is also amazing because of all of the level 3s and 4s in the deck, which, you know, he can Synchro with any monster he wants. But where did my Fairy Lily go? Fairy Lily and Gale is my favorite thing to have on the field. I half your big monster. I beat over it no matter how big he was. I don't think you have a 6800 beater. I use Gale, half it, attack over, attack direct, synchro, And literally half of my extra deck can come out just from these two, whether it's overlay or synchro or whatever. And I guess from there I'll move to extra deck. Tech, you know why. Leviathan, Leviar. I use all kinds of level 3s, and you can just go into them whenever you want. Utopia, because he's level 4. If I need to, I don't really use him much, but it's nice to have him there for 2500 beater. Use your Giant Rats and Thunder Kings and whatever else you need to get to it. Monster Born something. Utopia Ray. I actually just put this in here because I use one tuner. I'm not worried about extra deck space. It's just nice to have in there if he ever comes up. Cataster, because he's a level 5 target. If you end up with a Monster Reborn, take their level 2 tuner or whatever with your level 3s, or whatever the scenario may be, he's just nice to have. Level 6 targets. I'm not sure if I have enough. All of these are great. And I really don't think I'd be able to do without any of them except maybe Orient because of all the exceeds, and there's not really any synchros to use it on right now. But Bryo, you know you need him. Armed Wing because my only tuner is a Gale anyway. Tempest, Fair Lily's a spellcaster. How broken is that? It's unnecessary. You attack for 3,400, you attack for 1,300 after halving their crap. Synchro, get her. If you don't know what she does, look her up. Tempest Magician, she's amazing. Gaia Knight to get over the big guys. Orient, just because there are still some synchros around.
Samurai still exist.
Yeah, exactly. I just almost hit a Shian with that, and it was going to be game-ending, but he was broken and it didn't work. But anyway, Black Rose for when you're losing, and, you know, Black Rose. 2 Stardust for the Starlight Road. I was going to do 3 in case I ever ended up using both Starlight Roads and had to synchro for one, but that doesn't happen, so 2 is more than enough. Scrap Dragon for when you need a big beater, and because he's just great. I end up with Dead Call the Haunteds a lot from, you know, the monsters don't often get destroyed, they just get synchroed or sent or bounced or whatever it may be. And then you can just use all the Dead Call the Haunteds, dead whatever happens to be on the field, your Starlight Road that they know is a Starlight Road, so they're not activating their big cards. You can just Scrap Dragon, be broken. I feel like this is taking a really long time.
You're only at 735.
2 Kaiku, banish their crap, attack direct, get rid of your Hornet, extend hand. You banish the Hornet, it's game. I mean, they can always Leviar it back, but for the most part, you're good. Mirror of Oaths, I don't know why people are surprised when I play this card. Asceticism Sams, John loved it when I Mirror of Oaths his Asceticism. He was so confused, so excited that he realized that this card is good against him. Good Glenn over there using Mirror of Oaths against his Fire Dogs.
Don't work.
It definitely worked. This card works against me. Giant Rat, I search, you kill it, I cry. Unless it's a card trooper, because then I still plus. But Mirror of Oaths works against every deck in the format right now. Maybe not Gemini's, but like, what doesn't special summon from the deck? I challenge you to find a deck that's tier right now that doesn't special summon from the deck. I'm going to get rage comments of all these decks that I'm not thinking about, but this card's great. I side it in almost every duel.
Chain Burn.
Shut up. 2 Shadow Imprisoning. If you don't know why I'm using that this format, then stop watching my video.
You say as the video's almost over.
Twisters, because field spells, you just pop off the field spell. You're not worried about it. Plus, people side in Decree, because if you can't tell by now, I'm very trap heavy, and I don't like to get killed by traps, or roll decrees, and this just helps against that. Not Dust Tornado, simply because, well, for one, if you need to go off this turn, then you need to go off this turn. You don't want to wait. And plus, if they do use Royal Decree, Twister, definitely greater than Symbol Dust Tornado, because it's too late if they have Royal Decree. Dust Tornado will not help you at all. You need Twister. Kinetic Soldier for Sams, Gemini's. I think that Gemini's were the only exception to most of the reasons I play cards. Kinetic Soldier's great. You put 1 in because he's an Earth. He's got 1350 attack. You can search him with Giant Rat. You put 1 in the extra deck, and all of a sudden, all of the Sam decks can't really do anything. It's just great.
Put in the side deck, not extra deck.
Did I say extra?
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
Yeah, it's okay.
Another chain disappearance because of all the decks that just have low attack power monsters right now. You stop them before they get big, and then you don't have a problem. And you banish them all, you see the hand, and it's great. 1 Gemini Imp, because Shadow Imprisoning Mirror isn't always enough. They pop off my rats, I can't Starlight Road, I just need a little bit more protection. I might replace this with another Shadow Imprisoning because of Insectors and stuff like that. But for right now, it's a Gemini Imp that might switch to Shadow Imprisoning. Another Veiler, because, you know, wind-ups, Insectors. Stop them from attaching, stop them from blowing up their loops. All the loops. Hit the tour guide with it. Anything that's really, like, effect happy, I just side this in and side whatever doesn't help me against them out. And these 3 cool guys for...
Whoa, barrel.
Chain Burn. You know why Death Wombat stops the effect damage. Barrel Behind the Door, because it's a counter trap. They start Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, Chain Link 3, and then you say Barrel Behind the Door, and their chain is over. They don't activate Chain Strike. You reflect some of the Just Desserts damage back, or Secret Barrel damage back, whatever. Trap Jammer will probably be a Barrel Behind the Door, and so will this, because they just Lava Golem this up, it doesn't matter. But these will all 3 be Barrel Behind the Door. I was going to locals, and I know a guy there likes to play Chain Burn, so I was trying to be ready for it. Shout out to Kern. But Trap Jammer is my my replacement for right now, because Trap Jammer just stops the magic cylinders and whatever that other one's called, Dimensional Wall or something like that. Death Wombat, you know, guy at the YCS was playing it, and it seems like a good... I don't know why he wasn't doing Barrel Behind the Door or something else, but I mean, it is good as long as they don't Lava Golem. But that's the deck profile. I can show you more combos and stuff if you guys request it. Otherwise, I feel like this video has been very boring, and that's about it.
Any final thoughts? No? Yes? No?
John is so cool.
Ryan's gay.